What's happening in the arts? Not a whole lot, actually, if you think you're going to be going someplace and looking at anything over the summer here, especially the Salem Art Fair and Festival, which is one of the nation's top art fairs and festivals, and it's just not on. But wait a minute, it is. We're going virtual. Can you believe this? Here to tell us all about what's going on with this virtual art fair is Salem Art Association Executive Director Sandra Burnett and Daniel Burnett. He is the web designer who has put this together, and he's going to take us behind the scenes and show us what this might just look like for you when you go to the art fair virtually. Thank you, both of us, for joining us. Sandra, how did this happen? I mean, there you are. COVID has changed the world, and you can't have your art fair. People can't go. So what did you do? How did this all develop?
Well, absolutely. It really took us back, and it was a very difficult decision to cancel the art fair. It's a major fundraiser for Salem Art Association, so that alone just threw our budget into chaos. But also it's a signature event and an event that Salem is very proud of. It's been going for 70 years without stop, and the third weekend in July. So the first question is, okay, we can't have the art fair, but what do we do in that case? And so we decided to do a virtual art fair. And it's been a very interesting process because it's all about technology, and none of us in and of ourselves had that technology. So it's been a real adventure of discovery in putting this together.
You had a lot of sponsors for this. How are they receiving the results of this experiment?
Well, fabulous. We normally have a long list of sponsors for Art Fair. In this case, we have a short list of very strong, committed sponsors in the form of Michelle Patterson, Salem Health, Mountain View Investments, Spirit Mountain, and MAPS Credit Union. And so just a huge thank you to those sponsors, just a small handful, 5 sponsors, but they've helped us cover the expenses of marketing and billboards and everything that was needed under these rather strained financial times, and they helped make this possible. And also Eileen Cotter-Howell and Alice Snowcarp, other staff members, Dia, Chloe. I mean, just the team, we just suddenly, 2 months ago, or a little less than 2 months ago, we just kind of coalesced around this idea. And it's been like a 24/7 obsession to get this out there. And the vision was to have something really different and special.
What was most exciting about it for you?
Well, the fact that we hit so close to our initial target was pretty insane. There's usually a lot of concessions down the road. And while there were some, the fact that we were able to get so close to the initial vision was really great.
And you had to do that all in about, 2 months?
I would have liked 2 months. I think we had about a month and a half in preparation.
That's insane. Well, the art fair features so many things. I mean, there's a kids area, there's stages, there's music, there's events going on all the time. People get to do an awful lot. So how did you do that? How did you set it up?
Well, we have, as I mentioned, an interactive map. So we're able to parse information spatially on the web page so that people can see the area that has Kids Court on it, go and explore just that content without having to go through everything else. They don't have to go through ceramics to get to photography. They don't have to go through an area to find another. It's all laid out there in a way that's at the same time visually interesting and not a sort of a drier format.
What I felt was most interesting about this is that at such a time with so many challenges and people in lockdown, businesses closed, and everybody experiencing some stress on whatever level, but everyone is undergoing the stress, that this was a demonstration for the community of community resilience, that we will get through this, that even under these conditions, after 70 years of art fair, we were not going to just say, oh, we've cancelled and well, we'll see you next year. That something would happen. The artists come in free, the audience come in free, and we hope we give people, just for that weekend, a relief from everything that's going on.
And I'm sure that artists and entertainers have been giving you some feedback about this whole idea. Yes,
I think it's initially we expected about 70 to 80 artists. So coming in at 140 artists was challenging because all that material has to be downloaded and organized and uploaded and so on. So there was a lot of material to deal with, but the response from the artists was fabulous, really fabulous. And I think it's much appreciated.
Daniel, I'm on pins and needles. Can you share any of this with us? Can we take a peek? Can I show our audience what we're looking at and talking about?
Yes, so here we are. This is the map for the art fair. As you see, we're using kind of a helicopter view of an illustration of what the art fair might be like if you were there in person. To give you a rundown of some of the areas, we have this loop here, which is our booth loop. This is all of the juried and art fair artists. I'll show you a couple what it looks like inside the booth. So here is ceramics, for example. So if we click here, we are going to see all the ceramicists featured in the art fair. And you may notice at the top here, we have a view our catalog option. So if I click that, I come to a ceramics catalog with all of the artists that you previously saw here, featured on here with more images and a video. So what is this video here? This is an opportunity to meet the artist in the same way you might if this was a live art fair and you were to walk up to their booth and they would want to give you some information about their work, its form and its function. You can find out more here. This is a great opportunity for the artists to feel like they're actually interfacing with the users and not just providing plain images for people to mull over. We don't have this for every single artist. Those who were willing to and were able to take the time to provide us with one are featured, and I believe about half of the artists in the fair do have one of these meet videos. As far as if you're interested in purchasing, at the bottom of every page, we have a link straight through to the artist storefront. If you like perusing on this screen here and looking at these larger images, you can. And let's say you look at Alan's piece here and decide, I want to know more. You can click directly on it and be taken straight to his page. So there's a lot of usability in how you can approach finding what you're looking for. So some of the booths that we have here, 2D artworks that includes pastel, printmaking, and drawing. Ceramics, as I just went over. We have fiber booth with fiber wearables. 2 jewelry booths, Jewelry West and Jewelry East. Glass, metal, and sculpture, and or 3D media, however you'd like to view it, is featured here as well. Wood, both practical and aesthetic. Cottage crafts here as well, practical and aesthetic uses. Photography, a quite wide range of photography, picturesque environments, as well as some kind of Americana feeling work. And the final booth here is painting, as we can see. So that's the artist loop there. In the center of the loop is a demonstration area. We're going to feature a number of videos there by the same artists that you might find in these booths. This is for them to show you, for example, how they made a bowl, a ceramic bowl, or how they created a lathe of their woodwork, or whatever the case may be. We have a community stage also under construction right now. The community stage is going to feature a number of live acts. CCTV themselves have provided us with some content for it. We have Christian Granger and True North, Rich McLeod in there, and the community theater group as well as some poetry readings that are still in the pipeline coming to us. So this is going to be a great way for us to feature pseudo-live content on this. There's no live streams. This is pre-recorded, but some of it is specially made for the art fair. Bush Barn Art Center here is another area that we have built out for the artists. You'll see it's a very similar structure to the booths. There is a bit of a difference in how the catalog is constructed. It's a little bit less room per artist for the catalog, but these are these feature the standard hangings in the Bush Barn Art Center. And again, if you're familiar with the art fair, you'll be familiar that Bush Barn does have its doors open, and we wanted to represent that collective as well. And finally, Kids Court, unfortunately another area that has big construction tape on it. So that's going to feature quite a few different things as well. A lot of it very accessible content for kids. We have videos where a mother and their son are working through a project, and you see it done through the child's hands. We have Art in the Everyday, which is basically art technique simplified by Dave Wilson. We're going to have some puppet content there, and we're looking at quite a few things. We're looking at quite a robust area, but I don't want to give too much away right now because some of it is still being discussed, and we're looking to embellish it quite a bit, but there should be some fun activities for kids there.
That's one of the great draws of the art fair and festival, is going around and seeing demonstrations and watching artists at work and getting a chance to talk with them about why they do what they do and how their work has evolved over the years. And this brings us some of that back, Sandra, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We do want the artist a sense of being in front of the artist. We want the artist's voice. We want the engagement, that somebody finds something interesting and they can learn a bit more about the artist. Important in this is the link to the artist's actual website. And if an artist doesn't have a website, we link to their email.
Is this already on yet, or is it going to be going live fairly soon?
So the version I'm showing you is technically live for the brief time that we are discussing this, but not listed on our site, so it can't be traditionally accessed. This will be live to the public on July 18th at 9 a.m. and will run for 36 hours until 9 p.m. on Sunday the 19th. During that time, it's going to be live, for that complete 36-hour run, and we really encourage people to drop in, maybe view something on Saturday and decide on Sunday if they want to move forward with anything they may be interested in.
Sandra, what thoughts do you have about a future that this could promise for the Art Association?
Going forward, I would like to see the galleries have an online marketplace to represent artists in the area. Particularly, we are focused on our local artists to some extent. We don't exclude other types of exhibitions, but as you know, we do focus on promoting our local artists in the Pacific Northwest. So this could be a great platform to get that out there. And so, yes, between now and the end of the year, we'd like to see some of this carried forward into a virtual gallery.
Give me your website, could you please, where people can access this wonderful interactive art fair.
So on the salemart.org website, the homepage right now has a link at the top, and it's going to lead you to the art fair page. That's not the art fair map. It'll have information about what art fair will be, but both on the homepage of salemart.org and on the art fair page of salemart.org, there will be a portal to the map on July 18th at 9 a.m. and will run until July 19th till 9 p.m.
I must be just a kid at heart, really, because I took a look at all of these crayony, beautiful colors, and I went, oh my gosh, I want to dive in and explore. That's really fun. And that's exactly what you were trying to do, Danny, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Dive in and explore?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the idea. Exploration of really being a big thing. That's one of the most fun ways to have to deal with a lot of content is if you make it more of an exploration than a slog, then that large swath of content becomes an opportunity to see more, not a matter of resistance.
Thank you. Daniel Burnett, Sandra Burnett, and all the sponsors who made this possible. We can't wait to actually go to this fair virtually. And thank you for joining us today. I'm Wendy Brokaw.